How are you, Mark Harmon?
I'm fine. Good to talk to you again.
Good to talk to you, too. I guess, could this only be made in California, this film, because everybody out there has a pool?
No. No, I just think there's a whole lot of every American male in Robin Prince, and that was certainly part of the reason that the role appealed to me in the first place.
What part of every American male?
Well,
what do you mean?
He's a guy who I think has all the trimmings of great success and none of the responsibility. I mean, he's not terribly motivated. He makes $142 more a year now than he did 7 years ago when he started his pool cleaning business. And he's pretty much his own boss. I mean, it's a fairly shallow lifestyle if you look at it in those terms, but he also has no reason to change. I mean, he's got everything he needs. He's got a pretty interesting life so far, and it's fine for him. When he meets the girl, played by Kirstie Alley, that forces him to reevaluate things, forces him, in some instances, to grow up, in some instances, to reevaluate the people in his life, his friends, his associates, and the people he deals with.
Have you gone through some of that in your own life ever, the reevaluation, or is that a constant process?
No, I think there certainly has been some of Robin Prince in me. You know, I from the very beginning saw the opportunity to play at least parts of me that I've gone through before in my own life, and I'm readily available to admit that. Whether you'll catch most of America admitting that, I don't know.
Like what parts, though? Restless? Does it have anything to do with your leaving St. Elsewhere or the career move or anything like that? Or are you talking personally?
Oh, no. I'll tell you, after playing a character like Bobby Caldwell for 3 years on St. Elsewhere, to get an opportunity to do light comedy, to play a character like Robin Prince, that was a very different step in a different direction. And I looked forward to doing that. It just becomes increasingly important now to choose wisely the next time up, and yet the time I spent on St. Elsewhere was certainly a very good process of learning time for me. I mean, hopefully I grew as an actor, and hopefully at the same time, you know, enjoyed my stay there.
I have to ask you this. The last time you were here, we talked about social life and women, and you're unattached and you're available, and I wonder if that still holds true and how things are personally. You're still finding it hard to find the time with the work schedule to have a relationship?
Well, I'm still unattached, Eileen, and if you're still interested, I'm interested.
Yeah, but I got myself attached. Let me ask you something. I would be remiss if I didn't, and yet it's very serious, but it certainly shows how fragile life can be. Your sister Chris was married to Rick Nelson, and we lost Rick, and I'm sure that over the 19 years of their marriage, you got to know him very well, and it must have been a very sad time for your family because of knowing him so intimately.
Well, put it this way. When I think of Rick, I smile, and that's important to me to remember him that way.
Okay. How about the Super Bowl? I'm shifting gears all over the place here, but with you being such a football fan, who are you rooting for? Because, you know, we've got our New England Patriots playing. What side are you on, the Bears or the Patriots?
Well, hopefully I'm kind of right in the middle somewhere. I'm not that great a football fan. I mean, when I was an athlete, I watched film because I was supposed to. I'm not very likely to sit in front of a TV set on a Sunday afternoon and watch 6 hours of football, but I think it's nice that you know, all the players on both those teams got there, and I think that's something to be real proud of. You know, if I had to choose one, I probably side with Chicago a little bit, just because I know a lot of guys who play with the Cubs and that kind of stuff. All
right, we won't hold that against you, okay? Because all of us here are rooting for New England. But
oh, really? Well, actually, I'm really a New England fan.
What city
this is
am I in?
Chicago I'm talking to, isn't it?
No, this is Boston you're talking to. Mark, thanks a lot. Come back in the studio and see us when you have a chance, won't you?
I will, sure. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us. And don't miss it tonight. It's called Prince of Bel Air. It airs at 9 o'clock right here on Channel 5, and we'll look forward to seeing that and look forward to the next visit with Mark Harmon.